I just slowed down so much. In the middle of that plug, you guys ready for your next comedian? Lead co-host of the Extra Salty podcast. He also has a self-titled comedy album that hit number 2 on iTunes that is on sale now. Start clapping right now, everybody. It's Krebs!
Oh, thank you guys so much. What a great looking crowd we got here. Great looking crowd.
Thank you.
Good looking crowd. Good looking crowd. You look like a crowd that has a great personality. No, I'm just kidding. I'd do sex on each and every one of you. Shucks. Guys, so I live here in Austin. I have a job. Is that relatable to anyone? Wow, look at that. Ubiquitous content. I live close enough to my job that I can drive and I can bike to work, and those are two very vastly different experiences for me. Whenever I'm driving in my car, I tap into this road rage, this darkness inside of me that surprises even me sometimes. I've had to catch myself just being like, I'm gonna kill the whole family. I'm gonna kill the whole family, and it's fine to kill the kids because the kids are gonna learn to drive from their parents, and their parents drive like shit. So really, I'm euthanizing them because I'm helping the world have 1 or 2 less shitty drivers, and that, I think, is community service. And then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I need to dial that back a bit, right? But then whenever I ride my bike to work, because I live close enough I can ride my bike sometimes, when I ride my bike, it's a lot like being Jason Bourne. In the sense that I know that everyone is trying to kill me, but I have no idea why. I don't know, I just get stressed out whenever I'm on the roads, because you guys have seen those signs, right? The ones that they're like 770 deaths on Texas roads this year, right? You've seen that? They're creepy, right? Because I know the goal of it is to be like, don't be part of this statistic. But it's like a big sign lit up in lights in a prominent part of town. It feels like they're proud of it. That's a marquee. We put those on theaters and shit. Did you see the sign on the outside of this theater? I don't know. It's just one of those things where they're like, yeah, everything's bigger in Texas, even our manslaughter statistics. What's up? I don't know. It's just stressful being on the roads because it's no matter what day of the week it is, no matter what time of day it is, everyone in Austin is completely fucking wasted all of the time. And I just don't want to die in a drunk driving accident, which I feel is reasonable. But then at the same time, with everything that our government and big corporations are doing right now, being killed by a local feels very grassroots. I don't know, as a millennial, I'm into that. That's why I'm starting a hashtag. It's hashtag kill local. They say 85% of murders are committed by somebody that you know. Let's get that to 100%, people. Let's get it to 100%. Let's put a face and a name and a mugshot with who we know. I don't know. What am I advocating? Jesus Christ. Oh, God. You guys look pretty young. You guys podcast people? You guys like podcasts? Okay, a couple. I always have to kind of gauge, because it's whenever it's people who are super young and you ask them if they like podcasts, they're like, I love podcasts. I got 9. They're all about what I had for lunch. And whenever you're in a room full of older people and you ask if they like podcasts, they're like, podcasts are just radio that's hard to get to. So it's you have to gauge it. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I work in one of those hip tech offices in Austin, so they play Spotify Premium over the floor all day because we don't have dental. So I have to turn the volume on my podcast up super loud to drown out Katy Perry because she's problematic. God, remember when the most problematic thing she talked about was just kissing a girl and liking it? We didn't know. But I was listening to this podcast and they mentioned Old MacDonald has a farm, and anytime a podcast mentions something else other than the podcast, they play a clip of it to contextualize it. So they played a clip of Old MacDonald had a farm because apparently we found more feral children who haven't heard it yet. And right when they played that clip, that's when the internet radio in the office cut out. Yeah, some of you were getting ahead of me. You're right. It looked like I was just listening to Old MacDonald Has a Farm as music at work as an adult. And like I started panicking because it's like that. I was just like, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Because I could feel everyone's eyes on me. I was like, what do you do? What do you do? I'll tell you what you do, Kai. You say, I'm listening to a podcast. It's about what? No, but that's not what I did because I was panicking. So I was like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I was like, you just gotta fucking lean in, Kai. So I took my headphones out, made eye contact with no one, and just walked to the break room and went, E-I-E-I-O. I just told everyone that was my red stapler, hoping they would get the reference. God. I'm fortunate I get to do comedy in a lot of different cities. Originally, I'm from Louisiana. Is anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, dude, it's you and me. See, you said yes and then freaked out from talking in a room full of quiet strangers. Imagine how I feel every day. What part of Louisiana are you from, boy? New Orleans, okay. Cool. I'm from Alexandria, which, for those of you who are not familiar, the reason he scoffed like that is because it's a great place to get killed with a knife. But I got to go back to Louisiana recently. I was doing some comedy in New Orleans, and like it was fun to be in Louisiana as a tourist instead of a native, because I've been in Austin for 5 years. So I was like, yeah, I'm a tourist. I was like, I'm in New Orleans. I'm gonna do all that tourist New Orleans shit, right? I'm gonna go down to Bourbon Street. I'm gonna get one of those big ass drinks that's named after things that kill people. Hurricanes, hand grenades, Long Island iced teas. I'm drinking all of them. But I was there by myself, so I was like, I need to make friends. Because that's what you do when you're drunk. You're like, hello, friend. So I walked into this bar, and I sat next to this woman who was also by herself, which was my fault. And we started having had a conversation. It was a normal conversation up until I mentioned something about one of my exes being a man, in case you haven't figured it out from how I'm wearing my scarf yet. Yeah, it's actually also like a tribute because I'm part of the 5th Harry Potter house that no one ever talked about, where they keep the queers and minorities. So. But whenever I mentioned something about my ex being a man, she goes, wait a minute, you said he, did you mean she? No, you meant he? Okay, wait. Wait. So you're guy? Yeah, the next time you say gay, try it with a long A, makes it feel better. And I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, but honey, you don't like act guy. And see, there was no response from anyone because you're already like, kinda. But to be fair, she's an older woman in Louisiana. There's a good chance she's never met a gay person in her life, because I can say as a gay from Louisiana, we all leave. So. But like while she was making that face, she started digging in her purse, and I was like, oh shit, that's right. I've been living in Austin for 5 years. I felt safe. That's on me. I understand that, but I know what comes next, right? She pulls a purple and gold pea shooter out of her purse with a fleur-de-lis on the side of it, because go Saints. And then she shoots me with it, and she's like, good guy with a gun, got another one, come and take it, Obama! And honestly, that was only stressful for me, not because I'm so attached to life. Like, I'm on Twitter every day. This shit is exhausting. Life, either way, whatever. I just didn't want my sidewalk vigil to be on Bourbon Street. Like a photo of me in a frame with way too many poinsettias around it. Some drunk girl next to it screaming at a cop like, I showed him my tits and I didn't get any beads! Votive candles around it would be wax on the bottom, vomit on the top. But because it's New Orleans vomit, it still lights because it's just Everclear. I think the worst part would be like I would have to be a stop on a ghost tour and like being led by some douchebag dressed like a vampire just because they filmed True Blood there. And he'd be like, I'm carrying a stake in case we meet other vampires, I will stake them. And it's like, why would a vampire stab another vampire? That doesn't even make sense thematically. But okay, while a whole bunch of Midwest moms are like, I heard this ghost is queer, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, if I'm this tired now, it's not gonna be better once I'm haunting some fucking underwater mansion. Anyway. She wasn't mad though, she was just like, this is perfect. I've always wanted a gay best friend. I was like, we're not gonna be friends. But before I could say that, she went straight into her friendship bit. She goes, first of all, sorry about all the homophobia, but me and my husband have been married for 25 years and we've been wanting to try anal, right? It's getting stale. But we were just wondering, do you have to inhale poppers in order to have anal, or can we just go real slow when I pray and do those pregnancy breaths? Yeah. I was like, wow, I don't know what to do with that. You just gave me like the most fucked up Rosetta Stone. Like, I was like, but that's the thing, whenever you're gay, people feel very comfortable approaching you with like the stereotypes that they know about gay people and being like, are you this? And if you did that to any other group of people on this planet, you would sound like a monster. Oh, you're Native American? This is perfect. First of all, sorry about all those pipelines I put in your living room. Oops. Anyway, I was wondering, I've been wanting to take a spirit quest because I recently took a BuzzFeed quiz. Now, I was just wondering, I already have the headdress from Coachella this year, but do I have to do peyote in order to see the spirits? Or I was thinking maybe I could just like go around in a circle on a baseball bat, like before you crack open a pinata and wander naked into the woods. Will you be my Native American best friend? Changes the tone a little bit. Guys, thank you so much. Do you guys like impressions? I'll leave you with that. I miss Lucky a little bit. Do you like impressions? Cool, just checking, then I leave. No, I have one. I call this the offended astronaut, and maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't, but it's the offended astronaut, and it goes like this. Houston, do we have a problem? Guys, thank you so much.